We should be back in business. Sorry about that, guys. I was having the weirdest issues with getting my camera up. Now I'm getting back in the chat room. I think we're good. Good evening, everybody. Guys, it's great to see you guys. Hey, there it is again. I know it has been so long. It is good to see you guys. Let me click some stuff out here. Give me 1 second. There we are. I had a split personality there for a minute. I apologize. Oh, goodness. Goodness. Good to see everybody. Yeah, I got my little Cupid haircut back again. It's the only thing that like looks alright right now. Yeah, I know. It's been a long week for me as well, guys. In every possible way I can think of. I'm running on like no sleep at all, and I'm like very shaky and everything. I'm trying to get an essay done that's due at midnight tonight. I got to be in the work at 9, so I'm like panicking like a motherfucker here. Anyway, it's good to see you guys. It's very good to see you guys. A lot to talk about. What do you guys want to talk about first? Do you guys want to talk about the news that I know we all want to talk about, or do you guys want to know how my week's going, or do you want to start with sad stuff and end with happy, or do you want to start with happy? It's all happy. I don't know. I mean, there's happy in every little angle that we can look at. Good to see you guys. Cream Puff, Matota. Yeah, Matota, I would love it if you could write the essay, but unfortunately, I don't believe you're going to be able to know exactly how to go about it. It's, let's go easy. Okay, so the job is kicking my ass right now. We're opening week, so we opened on Wednesday. It's good to see you guys. It's good to see you, Momo. Momo, I have to talk to you later. Anyway, it's just been an ass kicker of a week. I got a lot of big assignments that are due for school, and I'm just swamped. Like, I'm genuinely swamped, and it's freaking me out. I'm kind of panicked because I usually feel like I can handle a lot, and I'm truly putting myself overboard, and it's making me nervous, specifically for school. It's good to have a busy life, but it's also good to be balanced, and that's my problem. Is I'm not balancing everything correctly. I'm overloading my plate. So anyway, I got my dream job, the bouncer at a lesbian. I'm a bouncer at a lesbian club. Aaron nailed it. It's good to see you guys. So yeah, the job is going fantastic. The club is a hit. Everybody loves it. I've been trying to take pictures and stuff, but I've literally had no time when I've been working. I wanted to stream from my phone there, but like I said, no time to pull out anything. The first night we had to I got an altercation with somebody, or excuse me, somebody got into an altercation with me. I asked the guy to politely move out of the table. Long story short, he got in my face and then pushed me and then swung at me. And when he swung, I was just like, well, I'm the sober guy, so I'm going to be nice here. And I just kind of ducked out of the way. Immediately, I went into my fighting stance, and I was about to just drill him straight into the chin. For me, I don't swing like this. I come straight down the pipe like that. It's just you literally. If I were to put a ratio on the speed that you can have doing that, and the amount of space that you have to connect with somebody's face like that, I would nail in 2 or 3 hits before they could even think of getting their fist to cross paths with my face. So that was my immediate reaction. I was gonna be like, but then I was like, wait, stay calm, And I ended up grabbing him by his hand, and I flipped him around. And here my runner is sitting here the entire time looking at this, watching this whole situation happening. You can just see his face like. Anyway, so I flip him around. I bear hug him, and I don't just bear hug him. I squeezed the life out of him, because I felt, as soon as I had him in that position, I felt so much like just adrenaline overcome me, and like part rage, part like, I can't believe you just swung at me. Like, we're opening night, and here you are getting drunk enough to swing at me. So I squeezed him like hard, like just, I could just feel, and I didn't even like, didn't affect me. I could just feel his body compress in my arms. And so I picked him like this, and I just started walking like a little tree stump. This guy was heavier than me too, but I just was like a little. I could just feel. I felt like a little tree stump. Every step I took, I was just stuck to the ground, and I just kept moving him like this while I had him nice and squeezed. Anyway, we get to the front, and finally one of my bouncers sees me. He's a new guy, so now, mind you, I'm the second smallest guy in my staff. Okay, let me just make that clear. I am the second smallest guy in my staff. Everybody else is like 230 and huge, like big, thick dudes. And you know, they're not just like fat dudes or anything. Some of these guys are like some big, strong-looking dudes. So the guy on our staff right now that is the biggest guy, he is 6'4", 250, big dude, and he's like watching me carry this guy who's like bigger than me in my arms, and he's just like standing there like, you know, he's brand new, so I don't expect him to be knowing what to do off of instinct, and he's like, look at me, he's like, are you good? And I'm just like, get him now. Just holding him like this. Because at this moment, by the time I got to the front door, the club is much bigger, by the way, than my old one. By the time I got to the front door, he's reaching my feet, trying to pull my feet up from underneath me. And I'm like, this motherfucker thinks he's going to flip me. He's going to flip me and do something. What's he think he's going to do? You know? So I'm just holding him even harder. And finally, the guy comes up from behind. It's kind of like helping, you know, not really doing much. He's so confused. He doesn't know what to do. And finally, I get to the front door, and I see our door guys, like, you know, like, shit. And so they're, like, grabbing the chains, unhooking them, and I get them right out to the well, not the chains, the ropes. I get them right out to the ropes, right? And as soon as I get him right here, I took him, and I just threw him hard. I thought he hit his face. I was a little nervous at first, like a little bit of a nervous flag went up in my head the second I threw him, because he didn't just like fall and put his hands, like I just launched him into the cement, and he went like this, and I thought he hit his face and was knocked out, because he laid there for like 2 seconds flat like this. Anyway, so you know, when that happened, after I threw him, I looked at him, so I'm just sitting there, I just brushed myself off and went back inside. About 10 minutes later, you know, I'm already over it. Like, as soon as I walk back in, it's gone out of my head. And my GM, he's like, hey, Mike, come to the front door. And I'm like, yeah, no problem, you know, so I get up there and everything. And it's this guy again. And he's with his friends. And he's basically just trying to yell up a storm like I took him and mistreated him and all this and that. Anyway, I look at him. He's a mess. Blood everywhere. There's blood all over his arms. He didn't have anything on his face, so I thought he hit his face when he landed on the ground. He must have hit his arm or something, but he was just a big bloody mess on his arms. And he's sitting there. He was like, you know, you were being a dick to me and all this and that. And immediately, I just like, this mode overcame on me where I just became super focused and I started talking really fast. And I was like, I was incredibly polite to you, and I was asked you very nicely just to move out of that table. And then you have the nerve to swing at me. And then as I'm carrying you up front, you have the nerve to try to flip my feet off from underneath me. You not only were rude to me tonight, you tried to swing. Okay, you tried to become violent with not just me, but with my runner, with the other security guy, and that not only endangers yourself, me, also endangers the other patrons here. You know, I just went boom, 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 just fired at him, and he essentially was trying to be a tough guy, and at this moment he was trying to trying to get up in my face, and you know, what was he gonna do? You know, you could tell that there was this hint of fear in his eyes, but at the same time he was drunk enough to try and be defiant. He had two buddies that were next to him, and so I think he was trying to look like a tough guy to his buddies. One of his small buddies was like, I was right there, I saw the whole thing. And I looked right at him, I'm like, then why didn't you stop him? Why did you not stop him from what he was doing? And he just kind of was like, and then the guy who I threw out was like, you think he's going to stop me? You know, like, I'm the big guy of our group. You think he's going to stop me? And I'm just like, ugh. So at this moment, I was just like, get out of here and do not come back. And my GM's like, yeah, it's fine. And I turned back and started walking in. That was night number one. Other than that, we've already like we've had some rough people in there. Tonight we're gonna be different. Tonight we're gonna really put up on the dress code. We're gonna make sure we watch who's coming in and stuff. Um, but did I give him coupons for Epic? I should have, right? No, this place is not gonna be too rough for me. It's actually it's perfect. I know exactly how to handle these type of people. This is what it was like. If you want to talk about rough, go back up when I was bouncing in Wisconsin. I bounced at a bar called Shenanigans. For those of you who don't know, I'm from a city called Eau Claire. It means Clearwater in French. And there's a bar on the College Street there called Water Street, and it's called Shenanigan, or there's a bar on a street called Water Street. That's like the party street, and there's a bar there called Shenanigans, and it's split into two bars. It's Shenanigans and then it's Lucky's on one side. So, it's Lucky's is like this nice, everything's nice wood. It's more classier, kind of like classic music and stuff. Not really so much the party spot. It's a place where you go to have some beers with your bros. The other side is more of like the party spot where you can go dance. You can listen to all types of different music. Exactly, Cree. And if I know he'll a lime up his ass is proof, right? So it's a two split bar kind of deal. Anyway, that was rough, and I was like a $1.80 at the time when I was bouncing. I got in so many physical altercations. I remember one guy put a cigarette in my mouth. He took the burnt end of a cigarette. He lit up. He was smoking in the club, and this was at this time it was legal to do that. And he took his cigarette out and he stuck it right in my mouth. Needless to say, that guy was not breathing by the time he got out of the club, and he really wasn't. He really wasn't. He took it, put the burning end in my mouth. Ooh, I was really mad when that happened. Really mad. And now imagine this is 19-year-old me with a strong temper. Like, I was really mad. So that's the kind of that's the kind of stuff I was used to. I mean, it was like Roadhouse shit, Except we don't have a rich guy coming around to bully us every night with all of his friends with knives in their boots and karate master friends. But anyway, it was a rough crowd. So this isn't bad at all. That being said, Wednesday night was a bit of a mess there with that. That's when we opened. Thursday was actually a blast. It got packed, and we had a baseball player named Felix Hernandez who came in. I know nothing of baseball, so I didn't know who this guy was. But I was standing outside in the corner watching our fences, so nobody hops the fences, because I got this system put up where we all rotate different spots, and I just happened to be outside in this corner. And this taller gentleman, this guy, the club is a total success. Yeah, it's a blast. This guy comes up to me, a very clean-cut guy. Has anybody here ever seen Law Abiding Citizen? And if you have, press 1 if you know what I'm talking about. The attorney there, the older white guy with the white hair and such and the glasses, who is like the head DEA or something, or no, excuse me, the district attorney. He ends up dying in the movie. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Who I'm talking about? This guy reminded me of him to the T, except maybe more stern. But anyway, so he's this big guy, comes up behind me. He's like, hey, do you work here? And I'm like, yeah. What's up? He's like, well, what's the quickest way to get in here? And I'm like, I mean, honestly, there, I could get you in back there. Wow, what's up? He's like, well, I have Felix Hernandez with me. And I'm just like, okay. I just was like, all right, so I guess he's important. I'm like, shit. I'm like, all right. I'm like, well, what, does he have a table here? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, that's okay. That's totally fine. I can take you guys in, and I can take you guys up to that door right there. And he's like, can you actually walk them in and take care of them? And I'm like, sure. So so I come walk up to the door, and I open up the door for the guy. End up shaking his hand. Really nice guy, like straight up. Comes out. He's a classic athlete wearing his I don't know, the rapper looking kind of clothing. I don't pull that stuff off, so I don't wear it. But steps out, super nice guy. Nah, he was just rolling with his friends. His driver, I think, was part of his security. So super nice guy gets out. I walk him into the club. You know, I get him set up with some security guards. I just was like, okay, so clearly this guy's a big deal. Let's make sure we just take care of him no matter what. So I get on the security mic and I'm like, I need 3 security guys up front, you know, and I tell them, take care of this guy. You walk him to his table, make sure he is safe, you know, everything like that. Come to find out later, I guess he just signed like a huge, he just made 19 million last year. He just signed like a huge new contract, and I don't know. So he's basically a big deal guy. He tells me, hey, come by my table later. He looks at me and says that. I'm like, I will definitely do that, sir. Thank you very much. You know, I'll come by. I'll make sure and take care of you. In fact, I'll actually be back to make sure your table is personally taken care of. You know, honestly, nothing about money is coming into my head. Okay, I already know where you guys are you guys are gonna. I'm foreshadowing enough to tell you what's about to happen. No money idea in my head. I'm just like, make sure we take care of this guy. You know, we're a brand new club. I want to make sure. You know, I like meeting new people. The guy was nice. I want to take care of him. I want to make sure that, you know, people have a good time. So I come back inside and, you know, I get up and I say hi to him, you know, get in. We're shaking hands like we're buddies. And I'm like, hey, man, if you need anything, you let me know. I'll take care of you. So then I turn back around. I just start, you know, keeping an eye, making sure people are not coming up. I get a tap on my shoulder. And all of a sudden his friend reaches down. He points up at his friend. He's like, hey, you know, and his friend reaches down. He's like, what's up, man? Slaps me in the hand, right? Bam, all of a sudden I feel a wad of money in my hand. I'm just like, oh, thank you very much. You know, I'm thinking to myself, maybe it's like, you know, maybe it's like 3 or 4 20s. Like, that happened a lot over at Epic for me, you know, where I'd randomly get these people who would slap me some money and be like, take care of me. You know, I'd be like, that's my job, I will. And, you know, so I sit there and I go a whole night taking care of them. I pull out that money later after they left and I was counting everything. I had $500 slapped in my hand. Like, that's like that. I was just like, whoa, like, had no idea. I made more in one night there than I would have in any given week at any other kind of job. Absolutely was the coolest thing in the world. Yeah, slapped me $500, just like bam, like that. Slapped one of my other guys 200 or 200 or 300 just for walking to the bathroom. So just straight up, like, and he wasn't like a douche, like throwing his money around or being a dick. Just a nice dude, a genuinely nice dude. Like, and you know, you could tell like he's one of those guys who's making money and he wants to spread it. He wants people, you know. I think that's great. I love that. I love people like that. Who, you know, if you got something, share it, kind of thing, you know. And that's what you could tell the vibe was about him. He was a super nice guy, super cool. Made sure that they were taken care of at the end of the night. You know, they bought like $5,000 worth of champagne while they were there. And this stupid, excuse my language, this stupid bitch comes up, and I guess she's like a head waitress at a local bar here, and she starts taking the champagne, she's dumping it out. She keeps getting cups of it and dumps it out. And I'm like, the only reason I got mad is because it got on me, and it got on my runner. And so I pull it out of her hand, and I'm like, what are you doing, you know? And she comes down into me, and just as condescending, as if though she knows every little thing. Okay, I get what she was trying to do. I get she's trying to make more money. She's trying to make more money for people because, you know, the more she dumps out, the more that they have to spend to buy more. But she keeps saying to me, if you're smart, you'll just let me do this. And I said, then listen, I know what you're trying to fucking do. Just hand me the glass and I'll go take care of it. Okay? You don't need to be sitting here dumping it on me and my runners. And she just kept trying to interrupt me. And she's like, if you were smart, I have never gotten so close to wanting to slap a woman. Never wanted to slap a woman. Yeah, be careful. If you guys ever spend money at a place and you got a lot of girls coming up, watch them. Okay? Yeah, that is true. Okay? I'm not big on those kind of tactics. I'm not. You're ripping people off and they're drunk and they don't notice and I'm not cool with that. I'm not. I don't think that's cool. So if you guys are going, you're blowing money, you know, just so you know, keep an eye on that kind of stuff. But anyway, yeah, I've never been so close to slapping a woman. Just because you're a cocktail waitress somewhere, and I'm sure you pull in mega bucks. Like some of these girls are making, I know some of these girls are making over $1,000 a night. it doesn't make you smart. It doesn't make you smart to cheat people and to scheme people like that either. It just doesn't. I hate that. Well, I'm dumb. Give me the glass, bitch. Right? Exactly. I just was. She just was pissing me off. I've been. Oh, I just wanted to slap her. I just wanted to pull her down and just like, shut up. Anyway, so yeah, so that was that night, and then last night I worked the door. I'm gonna tell you guys this right now, and after this we'll be all caught up. After last night, I immediately was talking to my GM and my assistant GM, and or the assistant GM. And I'm like, guys, I gotta be doing this more. I gotta be working the front door. Yeah, like, what do I do to do this? Like, tell me what it is, because I want to do this more. And my GM, he's just looking at me, he's like, hey, you're head of security, man, you do what you want. And I just was like, I want to be up here. I want to be up here. Last night, working the door, I thought I maybe like what, like, $180, $200, which was awesome. I was like, this is awesome. I came home last night working the front door and being a good combination of being polite and taking care of people, and then at the same time being a good hustler. I made fucking $400 last night. $412 is what I made working the front door of these clubs. Guys, the reason I'm telling you guys this is not to brag and be like, oh, I'm making money. It is get in the fucking bar industry if you have some extra time. I'm not even joking. It's ridiculous. The amount of money in it is just, granted we're a new club, we're opening up, people are just, whatever. But it's funny on how quick these like random $20 tips keep adding up, and that's not even counting what my guy that was up front with me made. He made out with like, more than me because he was there for more hours. In fact, he was even throwing me up at the front to be like, yo, take care of my guy. 'Cause I was like, man, he must have made a lot of money, So, and it not only just makes it fun, Rick. I mean, making money is fun, but working that door is so much more fun for me because I can sit and chat with people. I get to meet people. I'm being more social. I'll be honest, when I'm head of security, when I'm inside, I'm a strict asshole. People think I'm a dick. Like, I get told that I am a dick quite often. I always get these girls coming up trying to dance and me being like, you need to loosen up. And I'll smile and I'll be like, honey, if I need to be on my game in case somebody hurts you, that's the reason why I'm focused. So, but yeah, I'm very happy I made the switch. I love this place. It's a blast to the family that we have there already. I love the guys that work for me. I love the guys that I work for. I love the guys that work with me. I love, like all of our cocktail waitresses and everybody's just really nice and really fun. It's good. It is. It's a good time. So, other than all that, it's kicking my ass. I don't think Thursday I went home until 6:30 because we're trying to figure out how we clean this place. This place is big. I'll tell you this one thing. At the end of the night, we have to. Okay, in the middle of the night, we have to bring these chairs into this hallway, and at the end of the night, we have to bring them back out. It's the worst fucking thing to do in the world. I hate it. I can't stand it. These chairs are a bitch to carry. Like, they are the most annoying fucking chairs. We're getting our asses kicked. Is essentially what I'm saying. But yeah, but it's good. It's good. It's a good time. I like it. And I'm glad I'm doing it. I can't wait till I can get it more focused so that it allows me to free up my time for other stuff, That's the big thing I'm going to love about this job. So, yeah, hopefully I move more towards a door position. That's what I'm pushing for now. Just there's too much money in it. It's dumb not to go after it. And frankly, I need every dime I can get. I basically play this not spending game where I try to spend as little as possible. So, I don't want a sugar daddy. No. Nobody wants that. I think somebody wants an easy way out, wants a sugar daddy or sugar mama. But anyway, so that's how my week's been. I'm excited for tonight because I work the door again tonight, and I work the door tomorrow night. And I might even work the door again next weekend. That's specifically because our door guys aren't, they're not working these 2 weeks. But I think I might have enough pull to say, hey, I want that position. Give me 2 nights a week or something there. So we'll see. We'll see how it works. But But yeah, that and then homework is kicking my ass. I'm like I said, I'm working on an essay that's due tonight at midnight, and I'm like very scared I'm not gonna even get it done. So wish me luck on that. But yeah, that's about what my week has been. Um, I think that brings us to pretty much the next point that is the looming topic for all of us that we've been. It's an essay on. I don't know if you guys know this story. I never knew it until we read this, but it's on Frederick Douglass and Zeke Khalasa. Frederick Douglass was was an ex-slave back in during Civil War days, who essentially taught himself literacy and taught himself all these different things and became actually a person who fought alongside with Lincoln on abolishing slavery and everything. So and then Zeke Khalasa was a Native American who was taken into a boarding school and kind of I don't know, brainwashed. But essentially, the essay is built on education and the style of their education, of what they had. Excuse me, I should put education quotes when I say that, and then I have to compare them to. I chose a subject that says essentially, why was Frederick Douglass's education more liberating for him than why was he liberated whereas Zeke Khalasa was not? Now she actually, she kind of was liberated, but there are a lot of ways where she's not as liberated as Frederick Douglass was. That's what the essay is about. I'm not going to go too much into that because that's just too long to explain. But let's get into the next subject here because I'm getting short on time already, and I gotta let you guys go soon here. Goes to Howdy. It's still really weird to think that he passed away. I don't quite know the story. There wasn't any details that I found out too deep, but I found out from what I know is that he fell, I guess, and then just stopped breathing. I thought at first it was a hoax. That's what I was thinking. And then I was like, okay, everybody else is kind of confirming that he's dead. And then it turned into like, holy shit, he's really dead. He had a heart attack about a month ago. See, okay, I didn't know this until See, I knew he was sick. I knew he was very unhealthy. I knew that. I knew he was going through dialysis. He was open about this stuff. But apparently from all that I heard was that he fell and like that was it. Game over. Like he just passed. I don't know. It really I'll be completely honest. I cried that day. I ended up crying that day, and then I cried the next day when I wrote that letter up on the blog. So I'm cried out from it, but it just really, Here, the best thing, I was just gonna say the best thing I can do is read here what I wrote. God damn it, really? Just a second for howdy.blogspot.com. You all wrote some really crazy, awesome stuff. I was like reading all these, and it was amazing. It just was really like. It was really like kind of difficult to swallow, thinking that he died. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Something I felt really guilty about was that. One second. Oh, I didn't see this one. High Tide posted some funny combo there. Anyway, what was I saying there? It's just really. I go between feeling really happy and new howdy and feeling really sad. Exactly, yeah. It just it really is weird. It The best here is I'll explain. I mean, you'll understand it once I read this. So let me read this out loud for those of you who didn't see the Forever Howdy blog. I wrote this. I said, well, where do I begin, Howdy? For me, meeting the members. For me, meeting the members I have in my time at the pad became an experience of some sorts where a certain void was filled. I spent 4 hours a day with people who consistently came in to exchange memories of our lives together. Some of these people I have done this with for almost 5 years now, since my original long-term stay in August of 2008. And some of you guys who've been following me since Fratman TV, I know Throb has, that's been closer to 6 years now. We've been over 5 years. I'm just pulling that on the side there. I'm not reading that, but so I've done this for almost 5 years now, since my original long-term stay back in August of 2008. Howdy was one of these people. I can honestly say I knew very little of Howdy in his personal life other than some real basics, but nonetheless, that doesn't devalue the relationship I and many others created with him. He was that type of character that you were able to spend enough time with, and eventually it's like having a member of your family who you're used to seeing every day. To wake up one day, To wake up one day and be told that this person who's actually grown on you over the years has passed away is, well, hard to swallow. At first, my thought was, is this a hoax? Then, oh, Howdy died. Damn. Then it turned into, holy crap, this guy is really gone. He's dead. He will no longer be logging in and allowing myself and all of us to exchange the memories with him that will essentially make our lives and help us become the people we are to become. Something in me became very sad, and then I realized something. Howdy, as with every member, brings something special to the table. They bring their own uniqueness, their own being, their own great qualities, and silly quirks. I began to see that everyone has something to add to the whole equation, and this begins to create a very unique family, and a very unique family that out of all the chances of any other group coming together, it was actually this one. Give me 1 second, I just gotta scroll down. I didn't write this well, I was in a hurry. Not in a hurry, I just poured it all out and then sent it. It was actually this one. You realize the true rareness of what has been created and how special it has become to you. With every person bringing their own unique self to the table, you get in itself a super unique family. When one of these people disappears from the family, something is left different and slightly broken compared to its previous state it was in. And that's how I felt, Howdy. But I came to a wonderful conclusion that gives me a life lesson that is taught over and over to many people on a daily basis. Live life to the fullest. Love everyone. Never take people for granted, and make sure they know how you feel. And above all, when they do leave, appreciate the memories you were able to make with them and keep them in your head like an old movie you love to replay it over and over again. Because at the end of the day, that is all we have. The memories of our loved ones and our greatest moments in life. Life is too short, and I for one will rejoice in the person and I for one will not spend it being sad over the loss of my favorite pineapple, but instead will rejoice in the person he was and the memories I will forever be able to reminisce upon with joy and laughter. Howdy, if I ever see you again, I hope we can finally take that huntication to Vegas, and maybe I can boot you one more time from the chat room. I love you very much, and Godspeed, Mike. Anyway, there were some days where I was very frustrated with Howdy. There were some days where it was like Howdy pissed me off, and and then at the end of the day, it didn't really piss me off. I was just whatever, and I feel kind of bad. I felt kind of bad because my original the original feeling I had when I realized that he was really gone was that that the last thing I remember doing was booting him from the chat, and he never came back in. And it kind of made me feel really guilty. No, I know he did. I know he did Matota. And like, I don't know. It just kind of really was like, fuck, really? Like, that's it? You know, I didn't get a chance to, you know, tell him again, you know, that I appreciate him, you know, that the stuff that he's done, like that he just, you know, just being there. I don't know. It's, you just, you know, it's not like I knew Howdy on a very personal basis. It's not like I knew what happened in his daily life. It's not like I talked to him about his hobbies or anything. Not like I talked to him about his crushes or, you know, anybody that he was seeing or anything. It's very, you know, he was somebody who I saw for 5 years. You know, I remember logging in the very first time I ever talked to him was in Maui, and Gavin was there, and nobody liked Gavin except Howdy, and Howdy was always trying to get everybody to be nice to Gavin, and I was, and so I remember him, you know, PMing me and being like, hey, thank you for being nice to Gavin. I was like, yeah, no problem, you know, like, whatever. And, you know, last combo with Howdy was him telling me how proud he was. Sorry, so I wish you success. Exactly, Owen, yeah. Beach Cape Cod, vocal, just push your shit through Maximus blog. Howdy blew up. Google chat phone. He wanted to get the FBI involved. He was, exactly, he was crazy, but he was art crazy. And it's, I don't know, it's like really, it is, it's really weird. It's not, it's sad to think of, you know, even though I don't know too much about him beyond what I know of him through the computer, I know that he knows all of me, and I know that you know, he gave me a piece of him that was his identity in here, and it's really hard to formulate words for what I'm trying to feel, for when I'm talking about what I feel, but it's a real connection. And I, you know, another thing, like I feel really bad, like, you know, about the vacations he kept talking about, and how, you know, I don't know, I mean, you know, I couldn't make it, you know, and like a piece of me kind of was like, shit, like, you know, when the day comes when we finally all can, like, do a Vegas vacation or something, I can't say, hey, Howdy, let's get you out here, you know, and like, it just, life is short. Life is really short. Taylor knows. I texted him. I texted immediately when we all found, when I like confirmed it was true. I got a text message from somebody at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, what? And the thing is that Howdy had logged in not even 2 hours prior to that. He logged in to Not Max. Because we pulled up the login record, and we found him logged in there. So like I like think about that. I'm like, man, like this stuff had to have happened within a very short range of time. And it's just, I don't know. It's just really. Just really weird. You know. I think so too, Matilda. I think so too. Matilda, you talk about there about sending him a blog and stuff. I would maybe wait. That's a good way, I think, to make contact. I think it would be maybe special though to maybe do something, but at the same time, like, you see, these are things that I wonder is did Howdy's family know about the pad and know about everything? And if he was very private, then let's, do we really want to, butt into that? I don't know. It came down to a lot of different things. Squint. I don't know who deleted his Twitter. I didn't even know he deleted his Twitter. See, that was nothing. I unfollowed him like way long ago when he flipped out on me. Exactly, Rick. You know, things can just happen at the flip of a dime. It's so, I don't know. Life is scary. It's scary in that sense. It really is, you know. And I understand people's, when I talk to certain people and how much they fear death and everything, and it's just kind of like, you know, it makes sense that they have that fear, you know, because you think of yourself, you think of this, you know, dying is a scary thing because you don't want to leave all this because you know this is what you've been used to for the last however many years of your life. It's all you know, you know. And then at the same time, it's nothing more than just a blip in what's really in existence. Right, Ashton? Yeah. Okay. They posted out his real name. See, that was something I didn't want to do. I didn't want to post real information or anything like that. A mistake happened on my site, which I tweeted about it, but just to clear up again, I basically accidentally uh, told Campo to put it up, but I didn't mean to put up the Facebook link. And Campo didn't, he didn't ask anything about it. He just threw it up, thinking that's what I requested. And when I realized later, well, yeah, Matota, yeah, because Camp texted me. He goes, hey, Matota thinks that his Facebook link should be down. I was like, oh crap, no, I didn't mean to put that up. And so it wasn't Campo's fault or anything, guys. It was just a mistake, just so you guys know. Just a miscommunication. If anything, it was more my miscommunication there to make sure that didn't get put up. But yeah, that was not what I wanted. Yeah, okay, yeah, it was up quickly and then down, yeah. But anyway, right, Throb? Yeah, it's all good. Don't worry. I remember how he yelled at me and didn't speak to me for a while because included Brandon. That's funny. Yeah. So. Yeah. No, exactly, Matilda. That's definitely for sure. That's definitely for sure. So it's really weird. I mean, it's funny because I don't know. Like I have this really good way of being able to just kind of I don't know. I don't feel things sometimes when I go a while without seeing people. It's very funny. I'm very connected with my emotions, but I'm very disconnected from them at the same time. If that makes any sense. And like I have this ability to be able to just shut things off, and it doesn't bother me. I don't see people for a while, or if they disappear forever. And things just. It's so weird. As to what that is. I don't know. I don't know what I was getting in there with that. It was going to lead to something, but then it kind of faded off. It's very cloudy when I try to think of stuff like that. Yeah, bottom. So, Squint. Anyway, I just want to tell you guys, whether I talk to you on a daily basis, or whether I talk to you guys every now and then, or whether it's, the whole reason I'm not Max is to keep contact and then be able to do something bigger with it. I just want you guys to know that, every one of you in some way, somehow, you have done something. By being there, by listening, by taking joy in me being part of, your lives. That does more than you think it does. and it makes a person feel like they're worth something. You know, I always get this question, do you regret what you did at the pad? Do you regret being there? And without thought, my answer is no. You know, I could have done anything. I know for a fact that there were some people whose lives I changed, and I know for a fact that there were some people whose lives I somehow affected or did something for, or just made their day a little brighter, or you know, gave them something to smile about. And to know that I can do that for you, to know that you take time out of your day because you're like, hey, I want to see what he's doing today, that does a lot for me. And I just want you guys to know that, you know, because you never know what can happen. You know, you could be gone tomorrow, I could be gone tomorrow. We never know. So I just want to reaffirm that, you know, that you guys, you know, thank you. Oh, I'm not trying to get rid of you guys, Matota. I'm not trying to do that. Never will. Good, Owen. But anyway, in memory of Howdy, you know, miss that pineapple bastard. I will from here on, I want to let you guys know, I want to make an official Howdy Day, which will be March 27th of every year from now on. A day where we celebrate Howdy. And, you know, a year flies by. I remember a year ago like it was yesterday. And the year before that, like, it was 2 days ago. You know, in another year, we'll be looking back and being like, wow, you know, it's been a whole year since Howdy's been gone. So I want to make an official Howdy Day where we celebrate for Howdy. And you know, we'll get balloons. Whoops, got a little blurry there. We'll get wine and alcohol, and I don't know, hopefully maybe not Max is bringing enough money by then, and we can, you know, set up a little Vegas trip or something we can celebrate. So other than that, Campa put up a really good song that I felt explained Howdy down to the T up on the front page of Not Max. And because it was a song that Howdy absolutely loved, and he actually like loves this guy. If the song would load. Oh, this is not fun, really. One second. I hope my internet didn't drop. Here we go. There we go. Hey, it's okay, Momo. Next time. Next time. Hey, if you guys ever come to Phoenix, can you guys please let me know? Like, for real, let me know. Like, I think some of you guys are afraid to meet me. 'Cause I would love to meet you guys. Of course, I'll give you a good table. Well, yes, Momo, I will. So if you guys ever come, you know, yeah, this artist is dead too, unfortunately. That's true. And yeah, Squint, stop it. Right bottom, yeah. I would frisk you any day of the week, Aaron. Right, Squint? Yeah, I know, it's a good version. Right, Cree? That's the hope. God, why does this keep doing this? I don't even have the stuff installed on here. It just naturally blurs. There's a way I can turn on the light out here real quick. Well, I gotta get off in a second anyway. So low lighting, yeah. It gets dark here fast. Palm trees in Wisconsin. We're not in Wisconsin anymore. Exactly, Brandon. Thank you guys, Snow. Thank you, Snowman. Rest in peace, Howdy. Rest in peace. Well, guys, I have to let you go. I do gotta get back to this essay, and I gotta be to work in 2 hours. So I'm gonna get on out of here, get my shit done, and try to boot, scoot, and boogie here. Look at that. Look at all these pineapples popping up. I love this. It's perfect. But anyway, you all take care. I love you guys very much. It's a good thing I just remembered this. I will not be on tomorrow at 6. I have to be to work at 5. So I'm gonna push my I'm gonna push the time back to an earlier time. I'm thinking about 3 o'clock. Okay. So guys, 3 o'clock Pacific Daylight Savings Time, PDT, whatever, PST. So 3 o'clock Pacific time. And I will be on tomorrow, okay? I'm not going to be on tomorrow at 6 because I'm working at 5. So, I love you guys. You all take care. Whatever. PTSD. I don't know. How do you say all that? I'm not good with that stuff. That's where I'm dumb. Campa, if you could please change the schedule, that would be very appreciated. Thank you, man. Other than that, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. You all have a good night. Take care. And, yeah. Until tomorrow. See ya.